Hi guys, you're welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can sew this off-shoulder bustier dress. In our last video, I showed you how you can cut the upper part. So if you haven't watched the video, I'm going to be putting the link in the comment section. So go and watch it before coming back to this video. So this is my working piece. I've added 1/2 inch for joining allowance. Remember that we've added seam allowance to the pattern. So we are not going to be adding any more seam allowance. So I'm just going to set this aside. And this is my back piece. I had it cut out on a fold, so I have 2 working pieces. I'm also going to set this aside. For my front piece, I had my paper stay ironed to it just to make it a little bit thicker. And I'm also going ahead to notch the under bust and the bust line. This is going to make it easier for me by the time I'm joining the pieces together. But be careful so that you do not overdo it. So this is my lining. I've already cut it out and I've also ironed the paper stay to it. And for my wadding, I've already cut it out. I started from the under bust and I stopped 1 inch before my neckline. And if you do not know how to cut a wadding, there's already a video of that on my channel. And when you are ironing it together with your fabric and it's not gumming together, use a hemming gum. It will make it a lot easier. So I'm going to place the side piece with the center piece just like this, and I will pin it down. And after pinning it down with my joining allowance, I will take it to my sewing machine and stitch it down. And I'm going to be doing this both for the right hand side and the left hand side. And I'm going to be doing the exact thing for my lining. So let me go ahead and do it and show you. So this is what I have. I've also gone ahead to make a top stitch. You can just open it up and flat iron it, but I prefer to make a top stitch. So this is what we have. And if you look at the 2 side piece, you might notice some excess fabric. So go ahead and trim it off. So I've trimmed this off. The next thing we are going to do is to attach our strap. So I've cut out my rectangle strap and my length is about 18 inches. So go ahead and take your measurements so that you will be cutting out the right length. And my width is about 4 inches. So I'm going to fold it into 2 with the right side facing each other. Then I will stitch it down using 1/2 inch. I'm going to be doing this for both pieces. And after doing that, I will flip it to the right side. So this is what I have. I will go ahead now and attach it to my main. So I'm just going ahead to pin it down along this dark line. Then I will do the same for the second piece. So I'm going to place my lining and my main fabric together like so. And I'll stitch it down along the neckline and the side seam. And after flipping it right side out, this is what I have. Now to attach it to our back piece, I'm going to mark 1.5 inches, which is the zipper allowance. And from that point, I will mark 3.5 inches. And I will be doing the same thing for the other side. So I'm going to crisscross it like so and pin it down to the 3.5 inches I just marked. At this point, I took my time to properly crisscross, pinned it down, then flip it to the right side just to make sure that my strap is well positioned. And now that I've done that, I flipped it to the right side, then placed my lining with the right side facing each other. I'm going to be taking it to the sewing machine and stitch it down along the neckline and side seams. And I'm going to be doing this for both pieces. And this is what our piece is looking like. So I'm going to place this right side together and trace out the zipper line and the dart line. You can use your pattern paper to do this, or you can also retake your measurements. And now that I've done that, I'm going to stitch it down. For the lower part of the dress, I cut out a basic skirt. And this is the 2 back piece. I've sewn in the darts. And this is the front piece. I've also done the same. Now I'm going to join the upper part with the lower part. So I'm going to place the two front pieces together like so. And if all your measurements are correct, they are going to be matching together at the waistline. So I'm going to pin it down and do the same for the two back pieces. And now that I've done that, I'll go ahead and join them together using the joining allowance. And after doing that, this is what I have. So I will join the two back pieces and mark my zipper length, which is 19 inches. So I'm just going ahead to mark my zipper allowance. So from this point, I marked 9 inches and I'm going to stitch it down. And that is where my opening is going to start from. And as you can see, this is my opening. Now I'm going to place them right sides together and join them at the side seam using my measurements. So I'm going to mark my waist measurement, my hip measurement, and my bust measurements. And after joining them together, this is what I have. So for the sleeve, I've cut out my fabric. The width is 44 inches. But if you want it to be more fuller, then you can increase the width of your sleeve. For the length, I have a total of 11 inches. So I'm just going ahead to iron in 1.5 inches. That's going to be my upper part elastic casing. So I folded it into two and traced out my armhole. And this is one of my best methods to cut out an off-shoulder sleeve. So I'm going to trace it out and I'll be repeating the same process for the second sleeve. So I'm going to cut it out. Then from this 1.5 inches, I'm going to take in a 1/4 inch. Then I will stitch it down. This is going to be for the elastic casing. And I'm going to be repeating the same process on the lower parts. So I will fold in a 1/4 inch and stitch it down like so, leaving in 1 inch for our lower part elastic casing. And this is what I have. So I will go ahead and cut out my elastic. For my elastic, I use my round arm measurements. And this is going to be for the upper casing. And this is going to be for the lower casing. So using my safety pin, I'm going to start inserting my elastic. And when you are doing this, ensure that you secure the other end of your elastic so that it doesn't get lost in the channels. So I'm going to be inserting my elastic in the 4 channels. So let me do that and show you. So this is it. I'm going to flip it right sides together and I'll stitch it down using the sewing allowance. And now that we have done that, then it's time to attach it to our dress. So I'm going to match the side seam of my dress to the side seam of my sleeve, just like so, and I will pin it down. And now that I've done that, I'll go ahead and stitch it down. And I'll be doing this for both sleeves. So let me do that and show you my final results. And this is it. Can you see how beautiful our dress came out? So if you find this video useful, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, put on your post notification bell so that you will be notified anytime I upload a new video on the channel. So see you in my next video. Bye.